Happy Friday, everybody. It's time for another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. This is episode number 33. It is Friday, the 13th of August, 2021. Let's jump on in. This one is called Holiday. So, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in yet again on a Friday lunchtime. It is Friday, it is lunchtime, it's time for another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. So, without further ado, we're going to jump straight on in. I called this one Holiday because it's my last day in work before a nice long week off. Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Got a nice little few things planned over the weekend and into next week, so we're looking forward to spending some time with the family. Yeah. Hence the name of this video is Holiday. So it just seems to be holiday season as well. Everybody is off. I seem to be covering for about 3 or 4 different things at the moment, which is fine. But yeah, you know the feeling. So it's my turn next week anyway. So anyway, let's jump on in then. We're going to kick things off with our usual community call out. Okay, straight off the bat today, just wanted to give a big shout out to Chris Wright. Chris has been a fantastic guy in the community. Been in touch with Chris over the last, seems like months and months and months now. But huge shout out. Chris has landed himself in a new position there working for HTG. They're shouting him out here on Twitter. He's moved into an Azure role. So just wanted to call that out at the top of the show just to say congratulations to Chris and good luck with that new role. Top guy, top community representative as well in the cloud tech community. So go and hit him up, give him a shout out, and congratulate him on that move. So yeah, well done, Chris. Catch up with you soon, my friend. Moving on, okay. Patrick has given us a quick tidbit of the second WVD/AVD Tech Fest, looking at mid-November this year. So go and bookmark those dates. The AVD Tech Fest 2021 Winter Edition. If you browse on over to avdtechfest.com/registration, you can get yourself a space reserved for that. So yeah, thanks for that, Patrick. That's superb. Yes, last night, just wanted to call this one out. So, fantastic session with Wim Matheson and Maria-Anastasia on Azure Security. So, go and catch that if you can. It's over on the Azure Live Twitch.tv channel, still there at the moment. Yeah, it was a great session, really. Wim took us through the best ways to kind of secure your enterprise deployment within Azure. Right the way through from sort of network and network defense in depth kind of security, right the way through to identity management, explain MFA, looking at all the Azure Security Center, just how you can leverage all those component parts to basically to look at this new kind of way of looking at things with a zero trust security architecture. So if you are interested in security, I highly recommend you go and give that one a watch because it was very insightful. And yeah, huge shout out to Wim and Mert for that session. Thanks, guys. Okay, and moving on. Gregor is giving us a little sneaky peek there. So he's got some announcements coming out on Monday around the festive tech calendar. So if you've been in or around the Azure community for any period of time, that you'll know that both Gregor and Richard launch the December festive tech calendar event, which is a month-long series of events from community members, submitting content, and it's a bit of a fun, inclusive kind of thing that they have going on through the month of December. Anyway, just wanted to shout that out. If you're interested in that, wait till Monday. It looks like Greg is going to make some announcements, which is going to be really looking forward to that one. So, yeah, huge thanks, Gregor. Catch up with you then. Shout out to May. May launched her new website, agent008.org, last week. And, yeah, it's a very slick-looking website. And as in May's usual style, she's been super creative. Now, I spoke with May about Power Platform not long ago on in conversation with. She mentioned that she designed a series of stickers and she's got them there now. So it's a pretty cool little fun thing to get involved with there and very creative. If you are on a Power Platform, head on over to May's website there, agent008.org/stickers. And she's got some bits and pieces over there for you to have a look at. So thanks, mate. Superb. Yeah, quick one around the Microsoft Reactor. So the reactors are sort of events being held from various different locations around these Microsoft Reactor locations around the globe. So I spotted they've had quite a number of these events popping up over the last few weeks. This one in particular around sort of if you're implementing CI/CD, using Azure functions. There was a great series, a great live stream event that went up the other day on that. Go and sign up for a few because they are live stream events. So if you can catch them and get on them, there seem to be quite a number of these coming through at the moment. So I'm not sure if this is a slightly new way or whether I've just been living under a rock and I've not seen Microsoft Reactor. But certainly over the last month or so, these events seem to have sprung up. And it's all fantastic content. So if you're not following Microsoft Reactor, go and give them a follow. Sign up for a few of these events. So thanks for that. Bit of a shout out for Mohammed, the Bradford Cloud user group. He's shouting out the event that myself and Mr. Pete Gallagher are going to be speaking at. So yeah, Mohammed, as you may know, is one of the co-organisers of the user group. Go and check that out. Join us on, I think it is the 26th. There we go. Join us on the 26th. It'll be myself and Pete Gallagher. We're doing 2 separate talks, not the same talk, but that'll be really interesting because that'll be like the student doing some preparation in front of the master. So not nervous at all. Yeah, right. So anyway, thanks for the guys over at the Bradford Cloud user group for arranging that. Looking forward to getting involved with that. That is in just under 2 weeks' time. So if you are around, stick that in a diary. Come and say hello. Join in. Again, calling out Mr. Sooty again, but Martin Coupland. So Martin, Gregor, and Richard are, as you can see here, have hosted a one-day workshop at the South Coast Summit. For those of you that don't know, the South Coast Summit is happening on the 15th and 16th of October down in Southampton. You can sign up for tickets if you want to go over to M365 Summit on Twitter. Give them a follow, sign up for tickets, but that'll be one not to miss to go down there. I'm not sure if the date that you're doing that is on the 15th, which is the Friday, or it's the 16th. But anyway, check out the agenda on that, and I'm hopefully going to get down to that one myself in person. So I'll go and say hello to all these fantastic people that I've met in virtual reality only. So looking forward to that one. Cheers, Martin. Another event happening throughout September this time. Dwayne Natwick's Azure Back to School event is a whole series of community content releases across the month of September, with the idea that you will have a teacher and a student learning something new in or around Azure or the cloud arena. I'm hopefully getting involved with that, or in fact I am getting involved with that with submitting some content myself, so stay tuned for that. More info over the coming weeks, but go and check that out. Head over to Back to School, azureback2school.tech. Go and sign up, go and say hello, have a look at the agenda and put it in your calendar. Things will be popping up through the month of September, so great initiative. Thanks for that, Dwayne. Quick one from Shabazz Dar. He called me out because I won one of his hoodies. I know that Shabazz has got some of his I Am IT Geek merchandise, and the series that he did with Simon Lee over the AVD Zero to Hero. He had a little bit of a competition that I thought it'd be fun. I joined in with, and it's awesome. I won a piece of swag, which has been, at the end of the day, we've been locked up for 18 months now, and I've not had any pens. Well, I'd lie. I've had a few bits and pieces through some postal bits and pieces, but yeah, excited to be receiving an I Am IT Geek hoodie. So thanks, Shabazz. Look forward to wearing that one with pride. So awesome stuff. And finally, just on community call out this week, just a big shout out to the AZ Community Roundtable event. They had their event the other day. Episode 3 was out with Jake Walsh and Olivier Miosek. Apologies, Olivier, if I've pronounced your name incorrectly. But I caught up with a bit. I didn't catch the whole session. I caught up with the first sort of 20 minutes or so. Go and have a re-listen to that, because it was all around kind of infrastructure as code, getting into that and using that. So some great insights from Jake and Olivier there. So Yeah, and thanks to James Cook for hosting that, of course. So, yes, there we go. Let's head back over to the big face cam. I always do that, don't I? I press the wrong button and it plays my little splash screen. So I must learn to kind of press the right buttons there. So anyhow, what we're going to do now, I believe this is going to be the second time I do the newly rebooted Azure news and update section. So I think we will jump straight over to the news control, if I can remember actually how to get there. So let's kick off Azure news and updates. And good evening. It is time for Jonnychipz Azure News and Update section. So, as usual, we have the voices of the community, my roving reporters, scouring the cloud community for this week's news and updates. So, we're going to kick things off. I believe I've got my good friend Maria-Anastasia with some IoT updates.
Hello everyone, Maria-Anastasia here for this week's Azure Iot news. The main news around Iot is about Azure Percept. Azure Percept DK July software update is now available. These updates include fixes related to security, Wi-Fi, and out-of-box experience UI localization, and they are highly recommended in order to keep the device up to date with the latest fixes and features. Moreover, in the community, I'm happy to announce Brantford Cloud User Group August event that it will be on the 26th of August, where Jonnychipz and Pete Coates will doing two amazing presentations. I'm looking forward to this. If you have any questions, please reach out. Back to you, John.
Thanks so much, Maria, and thanks for the call out for that talk. Yeah, cool update there on the Azure Percept. So they've got some updates that you can get on the device. If you don't know what the Azure Percept Dev Kit is, it's an IoT, set of it's a set of microphone array, video camera, little small PC sort of compute unit that you can do some really cool IoT bits and pieces. So yeah, great shout out there, Maria, on the updates come through for the Percept Dev Kit. So. Huge thanks to Maria there for that news. Let's head on over to Simon Lee now. See what you've got for us. Hi, Simon. What you got there?
Thanks, John. My update for this week is that the Azure VPN client for macOS is now generally available. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yes, well called out. Yes, I did spot that myself. The Azure Client VPN. So the ability to use that with a Mac to bring all the functionality of Azure AD identity and authentication sort of modern auth over to the Mac client is pretty cool. So yeah, great shout out to if you are Mac users. That has gone GA this week, so go and check that out if you need that VPN client for your Mac OSs. Yeah, great shout out. Thanks for that, Simon. Great call out. Okay, moving on. My good friend in the community, Mr. Karl Cooke, he has got some news for us. Karl, are you there?
Hi everyone, Karl Cooke here. My Twitter handle is Karl_IT_nerd if you want to follow me there, or you can read my blog at irishtechie.cloud. This week's favourite Azure update for me is the global disaster recovery feature within Azure Site Recovery. That's gone GA on the 9th of August, so great update if you're a global enterprise or a global operation. Allows you to replicate your workloads on a global scale. And so if you're looking for an Azure native DR solution, then this is definitely worth checking out. Have a good day. See you later.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Karl. That was a great sort of insight there, that global disaster recovery. Yeah, fantastic information, as Karl just mentioned there. If you are looking for that kind of global disaster recovery type solution where you can replicate resources between regions globally, is a fantastic piece of news there. So huge thanks, Karl, for calling that out for us. Moving on, I think I've got my roving reporter. I think he's on location this week. Mr. Ellerby, have you got any news for us this week?
Thanks, John. So just one update from me today. I wanted to let you know about the Azure AD Connect update that came out the other day. Essentially, it's a download-only update, so it won't automatically update, and it protects against a man-in-the-middle attack. So it's really important that you get that done as soon as possible. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, thanks, Dean. Yeah, great shout out. I know that the Azure AD Connect has got the auto update feature, but I've not read the article. But as Dean said there, if that is a download only update, then yes, check that out. There's an announcement this week. So huge thanks, Dean. And yes, great scenery behind Dean there over in Middle Earth, I'm assuming. But hey ho. Thanks for that, Dean. Okay, and moving on, we have some updates from my good friend, Mr. Dan Stradling. Dan, are you there?
Thanks, John. Hi everyone, I'm Dan, and here are my updates for this week. One for the AI-oriented techies out there. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Intelligent Order Management is now in general availability. Intelligent Order Management allows business professionals to gain real-time cross-channel inventory, visibility, and advanced analytical capabilities for better decision-making processes. Using AI-powered order insights, they can remodel and orchestrate the order fulfillment journey and easy-to-use drag-and-drop tools, and proactively overcome bottlenecks, all while driving efficiencies across the supply chain. Also, for your endpoint management guys, Microsoft Sccm, also known as Endpoint Configuration Manager version 2002, reaches end of support on October the 12th, 2021. So make sure to get those systems updated, or why not, migrate across to Intune while you're at it. That's all from me for this week. Back to you, Jonnychipz, in the studio.
Awesome stuff. Thanks for that, Dan. Yeah, a series of updates there from Dynamics, which is something I've not really looked a great deal into. But yeah, if you are into Dynamics, then yeah, huge shout out for that update. And of course, the updates around Config Manager and MEM. So yeah, as Dan said there, why not take the opportunity to look to move over to Intune? But thank you, Dan. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you for those updates from the community. And finally, I believe my good friend, Mr. Chris Wright, is waiting in the wings with some other important news for us. Chris, how are you getting on?
Hi, John. So my news this week is the GA release of GitHub Codespaces. This has gone GA for GitHub Teams and GitHub Enterprise Cloud customers. And it remains in beta for single users, although I can't see it being far off now with it going GA for these groups. So what is it? In essence, it's your dev environment within the cloud. Those of you currently using VS Code or Visual Studio Code, this will look very familiar to yourselves. As it's hosted within the cloud, you can scale it up to 32 cores and 64 gigabytes of RAM. Since it is hosted within the cloud, all you need is a web browser to access your dev environment. There are several packages from 2 cores, 4 gig of RAM, 32 gig of storage, all the way up to 32 cores, 64 gig of RAM, and 128 gigabytes of storage. And I'll cover the costings of those in a second. You can standardize your dev environment, so all your settings and the look and the feel is exactly the same. Browser preview and port forwarding. You can install all them extensions that you currently use on the desktop version. So pricing. 2 cores with 4 gigabytes of RAM will set you back 18 cents an hour. Right up to 32 cores with 64 gig of RAM, and that will cost you $2.88 per hour. Thanks very much, John, and back to you in the studio.
Awesome stuff. Thanks so much for that, Chris. Yeah, great announcement there around GitHub Codespaces, as Chris has just shown us. The ability to kind of spin up that dev environment in the cloud, pretty much. Yeah, great presentation as well. Thanks for that, Chris. Really appreciate that, giving us some great insights into some of those announcements around GitHub Codespaces. So huge thanks to all my roving reporters this week. Much appreciated. Hope you've had a great series of insights there, as I have from the community. There have been a few other bits and pieces announcement-wise that has gone on over this week with the Azure Updates. So going to take a quick look at those, just a few call-outs there. So another GA announcement is the automatic Azure VM extension upgrade capabilities. That has now gone generally available. We've also had 2 new locations go GA for the Azure Express Route Global Reach product or feature. So that is in South South Africa, in Johannesburg, and in Taiwan. A couple of public preview features. So the public preview announcement of discovery and assessment for the ASP.NET web apps is now there with the Azure Migrate service. Well, it's in preview. So if you want to do that discovery and assessment for your ASP.NET applications, then go and check that out. I might give that a little whirl myself to see exactly how that operates and how that works. And in the same vein, we've got a similar public preview announcement for the ability to containerize apps with the Azure Migrate and AKS using that Azure Migrate appliance. So, yeah, there we go. That has been the news this week. So huge thanks, like I say, to all my community reporters. And thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Jonnychipz, Azure News and Updates. And there we have it. Okay, yeah, like I say, huge thanks to all the guys and gals that obviously submitted their updates of the week. That was most appreciated. Okay, we're going to jump straight on in now and go and have a look at the updates from this week for the Welsh Azure User Group session. So let's head on over. So yes, we had our August virtual meet on August the 11th, a couple of days back, where we had some fantastic talks. We had Servant on talking about a customer success session. I can't say that. For the University of Glasgow, where Servant actually went in and helped the university deploy AVD and scale that up to thousands and thousands of users. Fantastic, insightful session from the folks over at Servant that they gave us on that user group. We had a couple of lightning talks then. We had Sasha on talking to us around Azure Sentinel, gave us a fantastic overview. And it's always difficult in those lightning talks. It's good challenge if you're a speaker to try and get all the goodness out. But I mean, it was such a fantastic presentation from Sasha. Yeah, it's always a struggle to get it into a 15-20 minute presentation, but did a really fantastic job. Go and check that out. And finally, we had Ricardo. So Ricardo was on speaking to us about an area that, again, personally, I've not had a lot of exposure to, but Azure Cache using Redis, really, really insightful. Gave me, such a great depth of information on Redis that it's certainly an area, again, it's on that to-do list. Go and have a check and go and get involved a little bit. So yeah, great session that we had on Wednesday just gone. All the videos are available on the Twitter, the YouTubes. So yeah, there we go. Just a quick few little photos. So we've got Ricardo, we've got Sasha, and like I say, the folks over at Servant gave us that talk. So huge thanks to everybody that made that event really successful. And like I say, all of our sessions are recorded. They're in the Welsh Azure User Group playlist below if you want to go and have a catch up on those. Do go and have a look. There's some fantastic information. It's all timestamped so you can get to the session that you need to. Okay, so big announcement. Moving on to our September meetup. We are going in person. Fantastic news, eh? So, yes, we provisionally got the Tramshed Tech meeting space booked for Wednesday, the 29th of September down in Cardiff. So I put up the RSVP on Meetup, and there's a little link there to a form if you do want to come down in person. So what we're going to try and do, and I say try, it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping, so fingers crossed, we can get this to work. But we're hoping to stream it over Teams, as well as have the live session, of course, with a live collective of audience members. So, of course, there's going to be beers and pizzas involved down there. And we're hoping if we can get sort of, 30 people, 20 to 30 people down there, we're hoping that'll be a nice kickoff event. We're going to make the announcements on the speakers as soon as we've got those confirmed. So yeah, if we can get them the speakers confirmed that I'm hoping for, it'll be a great event for our first face-to-face meetup. So surprising, it's been over a year now since I've been involved with the Welsh Azure User Group, and it's gone from strength to strength. So huge shout out to everybody involved helping to organise these events as well. It's been really good fun, and long may it continue. So, like I say, that in-person event is on the 29th of September. There's a little loose agenda there in terms of timings and things like that. But if you could go and RSVP, there's a little link there that'll take you over to another form that basically, if you could fill that in, just give your name and email, just so that we know that you're intending on turning up, basically, so we know how many beers that we need to buy, So anyway, that's huge news. Really looking forward to that. Please do get involved, and thanks for everybody's support on that as well. And finally, before we finish off with the Welsh Azure section, we've got a call for speakers out. So if you could go over, follow the Welsh Azure Twitter handle, go and click on the Sessionize page. We are looking for speakers in between the in-person events. We're hoping to run the in-person events every quarter, so every 3 months. In between, we still very much want to keep the virtual sessions going. So we need speakers. If you do want to speak at the group, please fill that in. I set up a brand new Sessionize there because I know we had a lot of people submit stuff for the lightning talks. I've set up a new Sessionize page that you can submit lightning talks or full-length sort of 45-minute talks, and you can select which one. We're looking for a mix, whether it's a lightning talk, whether it's a full-length feature talk. Please help us share that around, spread that around. We're looking for, a diverse range of speakers to come on in the virtual events. Equally, if you are available for an in-person event, then there's an option in that form to say so, because obviously we appreciate not every speaker is close to Cardiff, so every third month when we do the in-person, we obviously would like to find local speakers. So help us spread the word on that. That's been our Welsh Azure update for this week. Okie dokie. So yeah, some great happenings with the Welsh Azure user group going on at the moment. So really looking forward to that face-to-face meetup at the end of September. So yeah, anybody that can join us, please do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's move on to the final section of this show. It is Jonnychipz on the side. Okay. So if you've been following me for the last couple of weeks, you'll have noticed that I was nominated and I was awarded the MVP, the prestigious Azure MVP award from Microsoft, and I got a delivery only yesterday. I wonder what it is. So yes, it was my Azure MVP kit. I did a little blog article about it. I'm still really in a bit of a state of shock. That I'm not worthy almost. It seems silly, but it's just such a nice, honourable thing to happen. Genuinely, I can't thank everybody enough for it. So I thought I'd put a few words down. I've deliberately not kind of called out named people, only because, for one, the people that have been involved and helped me get to where I am, they know. I've already had a chat and thanked them, and obviously they know the people that have been close to me over the last 12 months and helped me and supported everything that I've done. They all know who they are, and I thank them hugely. And the main reason is because I don't want to call people out and forget somebody. And you always forget somebody because it's strange, because over the last year I've spoken to so many people that have helped me, that have shaped me, that have given me advice, that have pointed me in that direction or this direction. And I really don't want to, do those people any injustice. And it's such a difficult thing because as much I've tried sitting down and literally writing down all the people's names. Now, clearly there have been more people who have had more influence over what I've been up to for the last 12 months than others. But look, everybody I've spoken to in the community in some way has kind of inspired me, has helped me, has shuffled me in the right direction, has given me some great ideas, some great motivation, just to help me develop, me learn and move forward with my own learnings. And in doing so, hopefully it's helped others do the same thing, because it is such a fun, engaging area to get into. And if you can get that balance with what you do with the community right, you just reap the rewards. It's just such a fun, nice, comforting place to be to a certain extent. So anyway, I did a little bit of a blog article, just put that down just to kind of say, look, this is the background, couple of little paragraphs, where it led, how the nomination came about, and the award. I did a little YouTube video. There's a few little pictures there that I put together. So on my desk, I unboxed it. I did a little bit of a live unboxing yesterday. If you want to see it, then go and click the link. And there it is. It's behind me. It's got pride of place on the shelf there. You can't quite see the award. I might have to rearrange that shelf. It's getting awfully cluttered there. But anyway, I just wanted to once again say thank you to everybody that's been involved with helping me get to this point. It's been really appreciated, and really looking forward to the next 12 months of community contributions. So what else have I been up to this week then? Yes, I'm trying to dabble in a few little different areas. I've got lots of ideas in terms of YouTube videos. If you've got any suggestions, let me know. I'll take a look at them. But I've got this fine balance between time and work and life and trying to get things done. So just dabbling in a few little areas. Did a little YouTube video on the Azure mobile app the other day. Go and check that out if you haven't seen it. And this morning I have the beta of the AZ700. I sat through John Saville's 3-hour exam cram on AZ700 the other day, and it's a superb video. It really sets the scene of all the different areas that the exam covers from a networking perspective. So huge thanks to John for that video. That's helped me a lot. Still got a bit of swatting to do that I'm hoping to do now between now and when I start the exam in not too short a time. So yeah, been up to that this week. And look, we'll get to that bit. Let's just call out the mission control. So yeah, huge shout out to the MindQuest folk. They interviewed me to be on their Mission Control Center podcast the other week. If you've not seen that, head over to mindquest.io and go to the podcast series. Have a little listen to that. Yeah, I've got links there in the article as well if you do want to have a listen. So thanks to the guys and gals over at MindQuest for that. And yes, finally, it is a holiday season for me anyway. I'm finishing work today for a nice long week. So yeah, like I said at the start of the show, got a nice week ahead planned with the kids and the family. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to a little bit of downtime. It's been such a whirlwind of a year. And certainly over the last few weeks, lots have happened in my life, both personally and from a work perspective. It's just been such a long, in some respects, it's been a very bittersweet year, as those who know me will understand. I've had so many highs, but yet, some of the biggest of lows this year for me. So time for a holiday, time to get away, and look forward to that one anyway. So I deliberately pause there and not say anything because every time I switch scenes, it cuts my microphone off. I need to look at that as well. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Have a great Friday. By the way, there's no In Conversation With episode tonight. I've postponed it for 1 week because I'm going on holiday. So I'm leaving this afternoon. I won't be around. I don't want to just set up a stream of a conversation and not be there to kind of be in the chat and have all those great chats. So I decided to postpone it for a week. We'll be back next week with Kirk Ryan. A fantastic episode. Really looking forward to that one going out. So we'll catch up then. But for now, I've been John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz. Huge thanks for all your support. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I might be a bit quiet on the socials this week. We'll see. Until next week, thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you soon.